Artists are like ants, we've got to find our way through cracks. And right now it's crazy. It's just a crazy time to be alive. We're in this whole new digital age right now, and it's like the Wild West.
Let me just start by saying that today's hearing is about the largest intellectual property theft in American history. AI companies are training their models on stolen material. Period.
The real issue with intellectual property and generative AI is that all of the principles in intellectual property law say that if you create something, then you own it. It is your intellectual property. And generative AI companies have, largely ignored this long-standing legal guideline and have taken people's intellectual property, used it to train their models without consent and without paying for that privilege.
22 libraries of Congresses full of works. That is how much has been stolen, and this theft was not some innocent mistake. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Over 5 billion text and data image pairings that are basically like a giant scrape of the internet. Included in that, somewhere in those 5 billion images, are over 50 of my paintings. And because my art is in that data set, somebody can use my name as a prompt and therefore use the data that came from those 50-something paintings. The culmination of my choices, the algorithm determines to create something, quote unquote, in my style. It's like a plagiarism slot machine.
Tech companies move quickly. The legal system, on the other hand, is slow. Many of the lawsuits against Gen AI companies have been going on for more than 2 years and are expected to go on for at least another 2 years before a ruling.
Many artists like myself are just barely getting by. We do this because we love it, because there's nothing else.
26% of illustrators had already lost work due to generative AI.
And guess what? If you do that, you're not going to have artists anymore. Just like media companies have been starved almost out of existence, and we don't have a thriving journalism economy anymore. And that's bad for democracy.
There's machine learning, but there isn't really machine forgetting. You can't just tell an AI model to disregard something that's been trained on.
AI could be transformational for us as a species, but we have to get it right. And getting it right isn't just letting the big companies make decisions for us. We can't regulate the technologies, but we can regulate how they're used and who is harmed.
You can't untrain these models, but we can create tools that can keep the artist's foot in the door. I believe it's important to make a point that when using AI, that we don't lose the human touch in the creative workflow. Art should never be fully automatic. Art should never be algorithm-based. It is the human spirit that makes art what it is. It's not the math, it's not the algorithm, it is the human condition.